R- Right now, 9 U.S. soldiers are dead following a Black Hawk helicopter crash in northwestern Kentucky. We'll have the latest on the investigation. Also, hundreds gather in Tennessee to remember the lives lost in the Nashville school shooting. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us. We're going to begin with the weather. An alert day is in the forecast for tomorrow for severe weather. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at your certified most accurate forecast.
Yeah, we definitely have a severe threat tomorrow, tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. All modes, winds, hail, heavy rain, a few tornadoes too are possible. The highest threat is probably for Madison, southwest of Madison going into Illinois, but still southern Wisconsin is under the gun for the severe weather threat tomorrow. Right now, we actually have a moderate risk now. That's second to highest category, stretching up to Dubuque into southwest Wisconsin. So that's where the highest threat is. It then gradually diminishes as you go further northeast, but still that includes Dane County in a slight risk. So it's very rare to see a moderate risk touching our area this time of year. So it definitely is a threat. Overall, the warm front that we're dealing with as well to the southwest, you got a few little returns in Iowa. I would expect that to fill in more this afternoon, but that's not the severe weather we're looking at. That's just going to be some light showers, maybe a thunderstorm overnight. The severe threat will be tomorrow as you zoom in. Temperatures are starting to climb up. We're starting to get into the 40s. And the good thing is your temperatures this afternoon will not be going back down even through this evening. And there's your light showers that should be coming through this afternoon. Not severe, a light shower, maybe a thunderstorm tonight, but they will not be severe. That's more for tomorrow. So you've planned this out today. You'll see temperatures continue to rise throughout the afternoon, getting into the mid-40s by the time we get to commute time. And then overnight, they're actually going to continue to warm until we wake up into the 50s tomorrow. So what we're going to have, we'll time out when those storms should hit. And unfortunately, we got back to the winter coming Saturday on the backside of this, and I'll explain all that a bit later in the broadcast.
Well, be prepared for whiplash with that.
Pretty much, you're going to go from spring back to winter.
All right, we'll check back, Greg. Thank you. Stay up to date on the weather on your First Warn Forecast Weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. Right now, Madison police are investigating a shooting on the city's west side. Officers were sent to the 7900 block of Tree Lane around 10:50 this morning. The scene remains active. This is is this live pictures? This is a live look at the situation there at Tree Lane. You can see a crime tape up, and there is an ambulance on scene. We'll get you more information on this story when it is available. So you might want to avoid that area of the 7900 block of Tree Lane. Tragedy in Kentucky last night. The U.S. Army reports a helicopter accident that cost 9 soldiers their lives. A team of safety inspectors is headed to the scene to better pinpoint what went wrong. Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
It looks like some sort of an escort. We do have an ambulance.
A long line of emergency vehicles lined the road not far from the crash site in southwestern Kentucky. The Army says 2 HH-60 Black Hawk helicopters collided in midair during a routine training exercise, killing 9 soldiers.
This is a truly tragic loss for our families, our division, and Fort Campbell. And our #1 priority is caring for the families and the soldiers within our Combat Aviation Brigade.
The accident occurred in the city of Cadiz, about 30 miles northwest of Fort Campbell. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear expressed his condolences.
The 9 individuals we lost are children of God. They will be mourned and missed by their families, by their communities.
The U.S. Army has used Black Hawk helicopters since the mid-1970s for military transport, assault missions, and evacuations.
These specific aircraft were medical evacuation aircraft. However, we believe that they were the accident occurred when they were doing flying, not deliberate medical evacuation drills.
Last month, 2 National Guard members were killed when their Black Hawk went down along an Alabama highway. The cause of that crash and last night's tragedy are both under investigation. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
And a statement from Fort Campbell says the 2 Black Hawk helicopters were part of the 101st Airborne Division. There are no reports of civilian casualties. The residents in a small Minnesota town are evacuating after a train derailment and fire. BNSF Railway says at least 22 cars carrying ethanol and corn syrup were involved in the accident in Raymond. That's about 2 hours west of Minneapolis. Raymond Fire evacuated residents as a precaution. No injuries reported. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating the derailment. Hundreds of people came together in Nashville last night for a citywide vigil honoring the 3 school workers and 3 9-year-old children who were killed Monday at Covenant School. First Lady Jill Biden joined city leaders and victims' families to mourn the 6 lives lost and recognize the officers who ran toward the gunfire to stop the shooter.
We are grateful to the team of officers who rushed into that school building without hesitation.
We're learning more about some of the other victims killed, like 9-year-old Hallie Scruggs. Her aunt posted on Facebook saying she, quote, was incredibly smart and had the love for life that kept her smiling. Russia has arrested a Wall Street Journal journalist on suspicion of espionage. Russian Federal Security Service says Evan Gershkovich was spying for the American government. They say the citizen was detained while trying to obtain secret information about one of the Russian military industrial complexes. According to the Wall Street Journal, Gershkovich covers Russia, Ukraine, and the former Soviet Union. They vehemently deny Moscow's allegation of espionage. Gershkovich is the first U.S. journalist arrested in Russia for spying since 1986. New information this morning on the Day of the Badger. We raised more than $1.5 million for UW-Madison. The event started on Tuesday, continued into yesterday with over 6,000 gifts pledged to more than 100 programs. The Wisconsin Foundation and Alumni Association's Director of Annual Giving says these funds will be distributed in the next days to help students and the university accomplish many important goals. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Starbucks former CEO in the hot seat for union busting, and Pepsi's getting a new logo. Details next in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale.
Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings.
Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
Remember this, and the false selector scheme. In Wisconsin, extremist Dan Kelly was the right-wing lawyer behind the scenes of it all. The bipartisan January 6th Commission revealed Kelly advised Trump operatives as special counsel to overturn the will of the people and overthrow the election results. Kelly even went on tour promoting the big lie. On April 4th, vote like democracy depends on it, because it does.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Update your home with quality paints from Pittsburgh Paint. Ultra features paint and primer in one and provides a durable finish. A gallon is only $19.29 after rebate. Looking for a true one-coat paint that provides the most advanced protection and is superior to all other paints? Look no further and get a gallon of Paramount on sale for $39.95 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Surgenian's landfill-free guarantee has kept more than 20 million pounds of commercial and residential carpet and pad from area landfills. Visit Madison's largest showroom of flooring options, including eco-friendly products. Local, sustainable Surgenian's.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
A teenager with the mental capacity of a 6-year-old, tricked by a predator on Facebook using a fake name, who then sexually assaulted her. It was pure evil. If Judge Janet Protasewicz was to ever take a stand for a victim, this was the time, and this was the victim. But she failed, again, placing the man on probation with a measly 60 days in the local jail. Tell Janet Protasewicz stop letting predators off easy.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale.
Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings.
Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
Former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz squared off yesterday with Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders over allegations of union busting. Sanders cited a recent federal judge ruling that the coffee chain violated multiple labor laws during the unionization campaign of a Buffalo store back in 2021. Since then, nearly 300 stores have also voted to do so. Schultz defended Starbucks, pointing to the millions of jobs it created and the benefits it offers, like its free college tuition program. A mammoth meatball was unveiled this week at a science museum in the Netherlands. Scientists from the Australian food startup Vow said they grew this meat in a lab after inserting DNA from a long-extinct woolly mammoth into a living sheep cell. Vow's founder said the experiment wasn't necessarily about bringing a 4,000-year-old protein to market. Instead, the company hopes it will get people talking about the future of lab-grown food. And after 14 years, Pepsi is getting a new look. In a news release, the company's chief design officer said the new logo was created to, quote, connect future generations with the brand's heritage. Products with the new design will hit North American shelves this fall, just in time for Pepsi's 125th anniversary. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 17 points. The NASDAQ, however, up almost 55. The S&P 500 up 9. Coming up, Pam has today's egg prices. Greg tells us what to expect for tomorrow's alert day. And then today on Live at 4, it's another Traveler Throwback Thursday. You'll want to tune in for that. We'll be right back.
Spring savings start now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Dishwashers start at $12 per month. Refrigerators start at $13 per month. Washer and dryer pairs start at $18 per month. Plus special financing options for any budget at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
Remember this, and the false selector scheme. In Wisconsin, extremist Dan Kelly was the right-wing lawyer behind the scenes of it all. The bipartisan January 6th Commission revealed Kelly advised Trump operatives as special counsel to overturn the will of the people and overthrow the election results. Kelly even went on tour promoting the big lie. On April 4th, vote like democracy depends on it, because it does.
It's Stop the Madness Month. If your energy bills are too high, stop the madness. If your comfort is out of balance and you go straight from heat to AC, stop the madness. If you've had it with outside noise, stop the madness. Get insulated now and save up to $2,000 with the energy tax credit plus our madness discount. But the clock runs out at the end of the month, so call today.
USA Insulation.
Right now, Planet Fitness, you can get that big fitness energy for just $1 down, $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. It's a great deal, and our 17 million members agree.
You can say that again.
Okay, as I said, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month.
What a deal!
So turn your low energy into big fitness energy and enjoy tons of equipment in a clean and spacious judgment-free zone to get that post-workout glow. So get going, or shall I say glowing? Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, April 5th.
There were severe health complications with my baby when I was pregnant. We made the decision to have an abortion so our daughter wouldn't suffer. Dan Kelly doesn't believe that women should even have that freedom. On the Supreme Court, Dan Kelly will uphold the criminal ban on abortion. Someone you love might struggle with a pregnancy like I did. And that's why we can't have an extremist like Dan Kelly on the Supreme Court.
Spring savings start now at Ashley. Sofas start at $8 per month. Queen bedroom sets start at $13 per month. Sectionals start at $17 per month. Plus, choose from 6 months interest-free financing or low monthly payment options. And free local delivery. Ashley.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show. Who backstage, John? Method Man. He is fine. Julie Bowen isn't the only one excited about Method Man and Lorenz Tate. Ladies, calm down.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
We thought our bracket strategy was a slam dunk, but we got bounced. Tomorrow, our morning team exits News 3 Now's bracket battle with some shining moments you didn't see.
And we'll have an update on our severe weather potential tomorrow. Join us in the morning between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this Thursday. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. It's been a good week, a busy week, a lot of running around. Yesterday was a perfect example. Great turnout for Ag Day at the Capitol down at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. According to the organizers, they figure they had probably 80 to 100 people more this year than they did last year. And a lot of it is because there is policy moving down at the state capitol. Big one was talking about infrastructure, about $150 million that they'd like to charter specifically for rural road repair. Also, a lot of discussion yesterday about emergency services in rural communities, your firefighters, your paramedics, those type of people, getting a lot of conversation as the farmers went from Monona Terrace up to the Capitol to discuss specifics with their individuals. So good job. And if you want to see some pictures, you can pop on over to Fabulous Farm Babe on Facebook. Take a look there. Interesting survey that's been done by an independent consulting firm called Morning Consult. Appears that not just farmers care about the Farm Bill. A lot of consumers do as well. They said 3/4 of the Americans that were involved in the survey said they definitely care about reauthorization of the Farm Bill. Now, their motivation or their focus might be a little different than production farmers, but 70% of them said there's two areas they are looking at. Number one is government funding to make sure that there's a farm safety net for farmers. And the second one that they're monitoring, nutrition programs that are kind of the safety net for those families that could be facing hunger. So I may talk about it a lot, targeting my agriculture audience, but it looks like a lot of people care about reauthorization of the Farm Bill. In fact, some of them said it will be a deciding point at the polls whether their elected officials get involved in a reauthorization of the Farm Bill. Kind of interesting there. Dairy markets today in Chicago. Barrel cheese slips another 3 cents down to 187.5. 40-pound block cheese down a penny at 192.5. The AA butter on a Thursday unchanged, $2.39 3/4 per pound. Tomorrow, don't forget, USDA's big prospective planting report. Tough to think about planting in Wisconsin right now, but there are folks that have the wheels up and turning already, Mark, so I'll bring those numbers for you tomorrow.
We'll get there eventually.
Yes,
I hope. Thank you. An alert day tomorrow will bring severe storms to much of southern Wisconsin. Greg has the first warn forecast. Greg?
Yeah, pretty much we got a strong storm system that's going to have all facets of wintry precipitation to spring to even some summer. So it's going to be a wide-ranging event. But tomorrow afternoon and evenings when the highest threat for at least severe thunderstorms, high winds, hail, heavy rainfall could also be an issue, and then a few tornadoes, and I'll explain where the highest threat is that. But right now, it should be south and southwest of Madison, but Madison still could see some severe weather threat and thunderstorms. And unfortunately, on the backside, we're going to see a little bit of snow. For today through tomorrow, just a few showers this afternoon. A warm front's going to lift north this tonight, so you might see a few thunderstorms tonight, but nothing severe, so just be light and scattered in nature. And then the temperatures will continue to rise overnight. We'll start off in the upper 40s this evening. By the time you wake up, we're going to be around 50 or above. Well, that'll increase also the winds. Now, going through tomorrow, it's really tomorrow afternoon. Morning, there may be a few showers, but it's really afternoon where you have the severe thunderstorms develop. They'll start pushing east or lifting northeast, diminishing by evening, I think west to east. Windy and warm still. We'll be in the 60s. Our first day will actually hit 60 this season. And then rain or snow, unfortunately, we might see a transition back to snow. So Saturday morning, we could see some snow, definitely wind, and much colder conditions on the backside of this low. And I'll explain the low pressure that we're watching. One is just coming out of the Rockies right now. It's going to spread across the plains. The actual center is going to lift right overhead of us by probably late Friday night. And then by Saturday morning, it's up to the north. And that means we got the northerly winds. That's when we get some of the snow on the backside. This is a very vigorous system that's going to produce a lot of widespread severe thunderstorm threat all the way to the south. For today, we're going to watch the light rain showers come across. Just some light rain showers in the afternoon. Some of this will not be hitting the ground. Temperatures continue to rise throughout this evening. That kind of clears out for the evening commute. And then overnight, I think we'll start to see a better shot. Another wave develop of showers. Isolated thunderstorms. Notice the temperatures. We're still climbing upper 40s to low 50s across all the area. Once this lifts north through the morning, we might have some few showers in the morning hour for your morning commute. Once again, not severe. The winds definitely will be picking up this time. But notice the temperatures, upper 40s, low 50s. We're still continuing to rise those temperatures overnight. We'll have probably a pause in action Friday late morning until really the stronger stuff develops in the afternoon. And you can start seeing the winds and the low to your left start to pick up. And there's one batch of showers and thunderstorms. Could be potentially strong or severe. They lift northeast. We get another one that comes up and they lift northeast too. Most severe will probably be down southwest. As they lift northeast, some of that colder air will kind of impact them, so they'll probably reduce in intensity as they lift more northeast of Madison. That's why the greatest threat is to the southwest. But still, Friday evening's commute definitely will be impacted with showers, potentially strong or severe thunderstorms. Once we get rid of that in the evening hour, we'll have a dry break, but then the backside of the system comes through for Saturday morning. Strong, very strong gustly winds, snow, and back to winter type conditions for a brief pause. So definitely you'll feel the difference from Friday afternoon to Saturday morning, definitely there. We could see an inch, maybe a snowfall in some of the grassy areas. Severe threat, we already went over that, but rain to the north, something we have to keep an eye, an inch and a half down here, but up to the north, that's a little different story. That's why they do have some flood risk up there, even up towards Black River Falls and to the north, just because of the rain on snow combined with all that could cause the rivers to start rising. Something else to keep a watch up here. Once we get past Sunday, we have a brief pause. We get back up to the mid-50s. And then we have a series of systems coming through next week that pose, once again, showers and thunderstorm threat. Little snow, but once again, we could get back up into the mid to upper 50s. But definitely tomorrow, be aware, tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow evening, definitely have the NOAA Weather Radio or your app on your phone. You might get those alerts to your phone, too. Something to keep in mind of tomorrow afternoon.
All right, we'll keep an eye on things, and hopefully we won't get snow, but it's April Fool's Day.
It's April Fool's. You know snow's going to come.
All right, Greg, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, Howard reminds us breakfast is the most important meal of the day in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you typically run out the door without eating breakfast, then I hope you can take a minute to watch what we're making today.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point. And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
On abortion rights, do you want extremist Dan Kelly holding the gavel? Kelly wants abortion banned even in cases of rape, incest, and the health of the mother. He'll uphold the 1849 criminal abortion law that allows doctors and nurses to be jailed for performing abortions. And he'll strip women of their freedom to make their own decision on abortion. So don't give Dan Kelly a gavel with your vote. He's just too extreme.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
He brutally raped her, repeatedly.
I spent endless nights plagued by nightmares. My bedroom door was barricaded. I was so afraid.
But Judge Protasiewicz ignored her pleas, let the rapist off easy, and now he's back on the streets.
When you don't know where your attacker is, then he is everywhere. He is every sound in the night.
Tell Judge Protasiewicz, stop failing victims and stop protecting criminals.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point. And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
If grabbing a mug of coffee and running out the door in the morning sounds familiar to you, I hope you can take a minute to watch what we're making today. As we all know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's why we're sharing a grab-and-go breakfast that's super fast and really tasty. It's so easy, you'll have no excuses for skipping breakfast ever again. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is add some refrigerated or frozen hash browns into a good-sized microwavable mug. After microwaving this for a bit, we add a couple of beaten eggs, a splash of water, some sliced up breakfast sausage, and a little cheddar cheese. Then give it a mix and pop it back in the microwave for a minute. Okay, after a quick stir, more cheese goes on top, and we microwave it just long enough for the eggs to set and the cheese on top to melt. This is one of those recipes that has no rules. Want to add crumbled bacon or a veggie? Go for it. Once it's done, grab a fork and go. Just wait until you get the taste of this all-in-one breakfast. It's amazing. To get the recipe for our protein-packed breakfast in a mug, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an on-the-go way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
It's time to introduce you to our pets of the week. This is Boo Boo and Buddy, this bonded pair of cats, 6-year-olds. They can be shy, but they're also very sweet. They both enjoy being pet and cuddling with each other. They're looking for a home with a few hiding spots and a patient family to help them adjust to their new surroundings and maybe work on a little weight loss. Boo Boo and Buddy are members of the Lonely Hearts Club, so their adoption fee has been reduced to $60 for the pair. Well, now that spring is here, the Humane Society's Wildlife Center is busier than ever. This Saturday, representatives will be at Mound's Pet Food Warehouse on Stoughton Road from 9 to noon, and then at the Sun Prairie location on Montana Avenue from 1 to 4. They'll be answering any wildlife questions you may have and talk about the upcoming wildlife baby shower. Visit giveshelter.org/events to learn more. Last week's pet, Tommy the cat, is temporarily unavailable due to a medical condition. And Shelby, the dog featured the week before, is being transferred to a rescue later this week. If you're interested in adopting Boo Boo and Buddy or checking out all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. We return now to the breaking news we brought you earlier at the top of this hour. An active shooting in the 7900 block of High Point Road. The call came in about 10:50 this morning, and police, as you can see, are still on the scene, as in its ambulance. Madison's Police Chief Sean Barnes is planning to address the media. We'll bring you any updates, and we'll bring you that on channel3000.com as they come in. Now, a final check of the forecast with Greg.
Yeah, just remember, we do have that alert day tomorrow for those severe thunderstorms in the afternoon through early evening. The threat, once again, all those threats, including heavy rain. And don't forget the lightning threat, too, that we're not aware of or haven't dealt with too much here. Overall, like I said, showers this afternoon, tonight, not severe. Strong to series of storms will be tomorrow afternoon and evening. The best chance will be southwest Wisconsin. It gets a little bit less as you go further east. And then we have a return to winter briefly for Saturday morning, so we'll probably see snow and definitely windy conditions once again. There's your current radar. We do have a warm front that's going to be approaching, so we could see a few little showers come through later today or even tonight. Something to keep in mind of as we go about. Otherwise, warm tomorrow, 60 degrees, and then once again, we still have the severe thunderstorms potentially and the snow coming Saturday.
It's 24 hours from now before we have to worry about anything.
Yeah, we still got about 24 hours until we get to that point.
All right. We'll keep an eye on it for you. Greg, thank you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.